Hello? Hello? I hope you can now hear me. Hello? Mungai? Hope you can hear me now. Hello? Hope now it's okay. Hello? Hello? The three students. Which intake? September or January intake? September or January intake? Oh, okay. Maybe we can continue because I've never seen that name. So I was curious about it. So I want us to go through the family. Hope you can get me. Oh, it's okay now. Maybe you can go through the family, the topic of family. I hope you remember what we said about the family. I want us to go through it a little bit. Then we go to the questions and answer section. Though the most challenging thing that I have, when we go to the discussion forum, most of you usually log out. So you don't have the question forum. So after you're done with the video, you're supposed to go to the discussion, the group discussion group, so that maybe you can able to discuss. So after you're done with this, don't leave the portal. So you're going to look at family, discuss what is a family, characteristics of a family. Then you usually have types of family, what are the functions of a family. Then on the types of families, what are the strengths and the weaknesses of which and every type of family. So you're going to start with the definition of a family. And it says a family is a more or less durable association of a husband and wife with or without children, or of a man and woman alone with children. That is what we call a family. So a family usually consists of a husband and wife, or what we call a man and a woman, and they can either have children or not have children. That is what we call a family. So a family usually consists of the parents and also the kids. That is a family. So we're going to look at the characteristics of a family. When can you say that this one is a family? The first one, a family is based on marriage. So that one means for a family to start, you must be like a married couple. If it's a man and a woman, you must be married for you to be able to start a family, or there must be something that is bringing you together as a woman and a man. Then family is a group through which descent ancestry can be traced. Through a family, you can be traced from where do you come from. That is through a family. So family is a way of being able to know that to trace a person originality. Then a family is generally limited in size, even large. So a family can either be small family or large family. It depends, because you may find a married couple having like two children, others are having one, others are having like 5 or 6 children. So a family is generally limited in. So you cannot say that there's a size for a family. It depends on the agreement between the two people. Then the family is the most important group in an individual life. That one means when you're in a family, it's where you can feel you're in an identity, you are comfortable, and the people can identify with a specific family. So it is the most important group in a person's life. For you to be in a particular life or in a particular group, you must be identified by a certain family. That is not another characteristics of a family. Then every family provides an individual with a name and hence a source of creature. So when you go in a family, in case a family gets a kid, they are the ones that provide a name for that kid. And by providing a name, they're able to identify yourself with a certain group of people. That we call a family. Then another one, a family is a universal group. When talk about a universal group, it means you can find yourself in any family. There's no rule on where you're supposed to be as an individual. So a family can from any is a universal group. You can find yourself in any group. Those are some of the characteristics of a family. Then the next one that we want us to look at, they are the types of families. And they're going to look at least 4 types of families, or maybe 5 or 6 types of families. And the first one we have what we call the nuclear family. So the nuclear family consists of parents and their children. That's a nuclear family. It consists of 2 parents, usually married or maybe under the customary law, and their children. That is what we call the nuclear family. Then they can have either one or more children who are either biological or adopted. That's what we call a nuclear family. So for a nuclear family, it usually consists of a father, mother, and their children. Then the children can either be biological children or adopted children. That's what we call the nuclear family. Then we want to look at the strength. Which are the strengths or maybe advantages of being in a nuclear family as a child or maybe as a parent? Which are some of the advantages? Number one, you find a both parent situation. If you come from a nuclear family, you're going to find they're going to be raised by stable parents, or parents who are able to guide you. Then there's the emphasis on health and education. If you come from a nuclear family, another thing, you're going to find they're going to enjoy what we call good health and education. Then there's focus on communication. In a nuclear family, you find you communicate as parents and also the children. Then there's good communication between parents and children. That is what you call that is some of the strength or what you call the advantages of being in a nuclear family. Then now we have the disadvantages. The disadvantages of being in a nuclear family. The first one we have can cause conflict resolution. Can struggle with conflict resolution. So when talk about conflict resolution, it's where you have a misunderstanding either between the parents and the children, or between the parents themselves, or between the children. So how are you going to solve a certain conflict between the two? So you find there's a struggle on how to solve a conflict, especially when it's parents who are dealing with children. If you have like 2 children, how are you going to discipline them or maybe solve a conflict that they may have between a child and another child? Then nuclear family can become two-child focused. When talk about two-child focused is it's where you find one parent being focused so much on the children in the family. Then you have another disadvantage. It can lead to isolation and stress, especially if the parents don't take good time to understand the kids' needs. It can lead to a lot of stress and isolation of the kids. Although you find that maybe in a family, but there are those kids that the parents are taking attention on, and others are not being attended to. So it can bring a lot of stress to the kids. Some of the advantages of being in a nuclear family. There's still a nuclear family. You have the mother, father, and the children. And the children can either be adopted or their biological children. Then you have talked about the advantages of being in a nuclear family and also the disadvantages. That's the first type of family. Then the number two, we have single parent family. Single parent family. And this one means single parent families consist of one parent with one or more kids. So for single parent, you usually have one parent and one or more kids. And when we talk about a single parent, it does not have to be a mother or a father. It can either be a mother alone or maybe a father alone. You find a mother raising the kids, or you find a father raising the kids. That's a single family. Where you have one parent but with kids. That's a single family. And such cases arise due to a person has never been married, or a person is either widowed or a divorcee. Those are some of the circumstances that lead to circumstances that lead to single families are in case a parent has never been married. That was one circumstance. In case one of the partners died, in case maybe the father has died or the mother has died, that can lead to a single family. Or in case of divorce, in case the parent leads to a single family. We have thought which circumstances lead to a single family. We have thought of the three situations. In case a person has never been married, a person is one of the spouses either died or the couple has divorced. That can lead to a single family. Look at the strength of a single parent family, or the strength, sorry, of being in a single parent family. And the first one we have, family members become very close. You find in some single families, there's a good relationship between the parent and the kids. And when the parent is always there for the kids, they're going to find at the end of the day, there's going to be a very good relationship between the parent and the kid. Then they learn to share their household activities or their duties. If you are brought up in a single family, one that you're going to realize is you are able to share the responsibility. Even as a kid or maybe as a child, you learn responsibilities at a early age. That's another advantage. Then the children and parents have become very resilient. You find they are so hardworking. Most people that come from single families, you find they're so hardworking, want to work hard in life so that they can able to make it. So those are some of the advantages or the strength of being in a single family. You tend to be so close to one another. Or the duties together in life. Those are some of the strength of being in a single parent family. Then let's look at the weaknesses. Are the weaknesses or the disadvantages of being raised in a single parent in the family. Sorry. Then the first one we have, families struggle to get enough income. You find that in a single parent, you depend on income from one person, unlike when you're in a nuclear family. So you find there's a struggle in terms of income because you're depending on income from one partner. Then the next one you have, it can be difficult for parents to work full time and still afford quality childcare. So if you're in a single family as a parent, you find you have to sacrifice a lot so you can be there take care of your kid, because if you're not around, nobody else is going to take good care of your kid. So you find as a parent, you may either even forego some jobs so that you can get time to be with your kid. So they forego like full-time jobs or what you call the part-time jobs at times so they can have time with their children. Then the parents can be inconsistent, especially if kids go to school and fall between the parents. So for the single families, in case it's a divorced family, you find the children have to be juggling from one family to another. So it can also bring a lot of conflict, or not to call the co-parenting. At times the co-parenting does not work. So if you find like in a divorced family, where you find maybe the parents are divorced, but the children still have the contact of both the father and the mother. At times you find you don't negotiate so well, you don't associate so well maybe with one or another family. If in case it's a divorced family, maybe the parent divorced, but one of them got married again. So you may find it so hard for you to cope up with the other family. So it can also bring the issues with the step family or maybe the step children. So that's some of the disadvantages of being in a single parent family. So make sure you know what is a single parent, which circumstances lead to single parents, then which are the advantages or the strengths of being in a single parent, and also the disadvantages. Then the next type of family, we have extended family. Extended family. And this one says extended families are families with two or more adults who are related through blood or marriage, usually along with their children. Their families with two or more adults who are related through or marriage, usually along with children. So when we talk about extended family, it's where we find maybe the uncles and aunties. That's what we call the extended families. So maybe you can live with maybe with an auntie or an uncle, but it's an extended family. That's what we call an extended family. You are related through your uncles and your cousins. That is an extended family. So which are the strengths of an extended family or the number one in an extended family, what you find there's a gathering as a family. So you find there is a respect for care, respect for the elderly. For example, if you go for a family gathering, you're able to know how should you take care of the elderly, like in your families, especially if you have the old grandmothers and the grandfathers. You're able to learn how should you take care of them. Then the next one we have more family around to help with chores, childcare, and in case of emergencies. So when you have an extended family, people are able to share their chores, or what we call their duties, more comfortably. Those are some of the strengths. Then another maybe thing that we can talk about, people are able to know about their culture and their background. Where do I come from? Which are our beliefs? From your extended family, you are able to learn that. Then the next one we have weaknesses of an extended family, or what you call the disadvantages of being in an extended family. Number one, financial issues can occur if parents are supporting several adults and children without an extra income. If you're living in an extended family, you find you're living with your cousins, maybe with all that, you may find there can be a lot of financial issues because you may not be able to support them at the same time. So there is the financial issues. Then there's lack of privacy. If you're living in the same environment as so many uncles or aunties, at the end of the day, you may find you may not have a good privacy as a family. Some of the disadvantages of being in an extended family. Then number four, we call childless family. Childless family. So these are families with two parents who cannot have kids. That's what we call the childless family. So you find there's a couple living together, but they don't have a child because of maybe one or two issues, or you find some they can able to get children but they don't want. That is what we call a childless family. Yeah, people just live as a man and a woman, or maybe as a couple, a child. That is family. Together as a man and a woman. So it depends. Some maybe is family able to get a kid because of with the medical or maybe health issues. Or you find others don't want to get don't children, so they can also be about that. Then you have the strength. What are the advantages of being in a number one, you have disposable income. You have enough income as a couple because you don't have so many expenses to cater for. You don't have children to pay school fees for, take care of. So you have a disposable income. Disposable income, you mean you have extra income for yourself. Then there you have no dependents to take care of. When you're in a childless family, it means you don't have anyone who is depending on you. So maybe can be an advantage to some. Then couples get to spend more time together. If in a childless family, as a man and a wife, you're able to spend so much time together. There is no interaction of children. Then one, they can able to pursue their careers and education. That's how you don't have a child and you're in a marriage, careers and education, because you don't have that you're juggling before. comes so easy.
You are currently the only person in this conference. You are currently the only person in this conference. You are currently the only person in this conference.
Hope it's okay now. Are you able to get me now? So one of you can tell me how the sound is. Then we go on. How is the sound now? Hope you can able to get me. Okay, thank you. If it's clear. So you're looking at the types of families, and they're now on the step family. Then talk about step family. It's where you find it's okay now. I can see now it's okay. Step family. It's where you go in a step family in case you are divorced a couple, or maybe you find a parent has never been married, and he or she has kids. You go and get married in another family where the partner has also their own kids. That's what we call now the step family. You are being brought up in another family that has already has their kids. That's what we call the step family. So I want to look at the strength. Those are some of the advantages of being in a step family. I'm sure you're able to identify these types of family. Where you, maybe your mother got a kid, or maybe a woman gets a kid at an early age. Then at a later age, he or she gets married to a person who has other kids. That's what we call now a step family. So you find in a family you are like you have step brothers and their step sisters. You are being raised by a step mother or maybe a stepfather. That's what we call now a step family. So let's look at the advantages of that. And the first one we have, children get benefits of having two parents around. At the end of the day, when you're in a step family, you're able to get a father figure and a mother figure from it. So you get advantage of being in a family with two parents. Then children and their new siblings or step parents can form a strong bond. You hear stories of people saying, I've been raised by a very good stepfather, or maybe I've been raised by a good stepmother. It all depends. At the end of the day, you can create a very good bond between the parents and also the kids. A person may tell you I have a step sister or maybe a step brother who will relate with so well. So at the end of the day, you may have them that you relate so well with. That's another advantage. Then we have two incomes. At the end of the day, you have the income from both parties, or maybe the both people, the both parents. So you're able to go to support the children so well. So those are some of the advantages of being in a step family. You're able to you have two parents around, then you can have a good bond between the parents and also the kids that you find there. Then you also have the financial income from the two partners. Then those are some of the strengths. So let's look at the weaknesses. What are the weaknesses of being in a step family? And the first one we have, adjustment will be difficult for parents and children, especially for the children. You can imagine at this age you're being introduced to another family. It may take time before you adjust yourself to that other family. So it can take a time. Then parents can run into problems trying to discipline each other kids. If you are a parent and you're being married by a person with kids also, at times you find it so difficult to discipline those kids. How are they going to take it when you discipline them? Are they going to take it negative or in a positive way? So when it comes to the issues of discipline, it can also be an issue to one of the parents, because you may wonder, how am I going to discipline these kids? How are they going to take it? Are they going to take it in a negative way or a positive? Which is can also be an issue. Then there can be lack of discipline and inconsistent, where you find it so hard for you to discipline a certain child. Are they going to accept? You also have what you call a rejection. At times you may go in a family and the kids may reject maybe one of the parents, the children may feel rejected. So there's a point of rejection. If you're introduced in a step family, you know some of the issues that come in when you're being raised in a step family. So those are some of the issues. The rejection, then the adjustment, how are you going to adjust? Then you have the problems of discipline. How are you going to discipline children from the other party? Are they going to take it positive or either negative? Those are now the step family. That's the family number 5. Then the last type of family, we have what we call grandparent family. In this one, the final family type and the least common of them is a great grandparents family. A grandparent family is when one or more grandparent is raising their grandchild or grandchildren. So for a grandparent family, it's when you find the grandparent raising a kid, or raising a grandchild, or raising a kid of one of his daughters or the sons. That's what you call a grandparent family. I'm sure you have heard your friends, or maybe some of you, maybe you have been raised by your grandparents. If you are raised by your grandparents, that one is what you call a grandparent family. Being raised by one of your grandparents, and the grandparent can either be from the paternal side or the maternal side. The paternal is from your father's side, and the maternal parents are from your mother's place. So you can be raised by your grandparents, and that's how we are the grandparent family. Then you have the strength of being raised by your grandparents. You find most of the grandparents they form a very close bond or relationship with their grandchildren. You find most of the kids that are raised by their grandparents, they usually have a very good relationship with them. Then keep children from ending up in foster families and other situations. At times, being raised in a grandparent family, they help children not to go through some situations, because if a mother got a kid at an early stage and you want to get married, at times you may find you may get married with a kid, that's when you end up in a step family, and the kid may go through a lot of situations. So it is a way of helping the kids not to go in a rough situation and they go in a step family. So it's a way of helping the children not to go through the step families and also get through hard situations. Those are some of the advantages. Then you have the disadvantages. The grandparents may not have work or have full-time works, so they may struggle with income. At times, being brought up with your grandparents, you may find a lot of financial issues, not able to pay the school fees well. Maybe the feeding is not very well, because maybe most of the grandparents are old and they are not working. So at the end of the day, you may not enjoy many good things because they don't have any income. Then, depending on their health, it can be difficult for them to keep up with young children or discipline. At times, we find the grandparents they usually have health issues, so they may not be there to discipline you well. At times, we find children raised by grandparents having so many issues in discipline issues. Some become thieves because their parents are not there to take good responsibility of the children. So at times we find maybe there are so many indiscipline issues among the children raised by their grandparents. So those are the 6 types of families. Help you able to identify them. We talked about the nuclear family, extended family, childless family, the step family, the grandparents family, and I'm sure you are able to, and the single parents, sorry. I'm sure now you're able to identify the different types of families. Make sure you know them, how to explain each one of them. Why is it important to be in a family? What are some of the things that you can enjoy being in like in a nuclear family, extended, able to actually the strength and the weakness of each and every family. So I want to mute my from my side. Then I want some questions from you. I want to mute from my side. Don't leave the portal. I want to mute. Then I get some comments or a question from you. So I've muted from myself. I can see only Malcolm and Moshero are online. So you can ask a question. I want a question from you. I can see Moshero is typing. I'm not able to mute from my side. So we said for a nuclear family, we said a nuclear family usually consists of a mother, father, or a man and a woman and the children. And we said for the children, they can either be biological children or adopted children. So when you adopt a child and you take him or her as your own, so that child you become a member of a nuclear family. Hope you're okay on that. When you're For you to be in a nuclear family, you can either have your biological family child or the adopted child. Hope you're okay. Like in a childless family, you see the childless family, so you have the couple, but they don't have a kid of their own. But if they adopt a kid, they can form a what you call a nuclear family. That's what you call a nuclear family. So when you're adopted by a family, you become part of a nuclear family. Hope it's okay, Moshero. So can we form a discussion forum? And I want you to participate in the discussion forum. So I should tell you to form a discussion forum, then you go offline. So how are we going to do it? I want to form a discussion forum. Below the blue button, you are going to click on the discussion forum. Then the questions that I'm going to give there, I expect you to participate in answering the questions. So important because most of the questions that you're looking at, they're the past questions. So I'm going to create a discussion forum. I expect you to participate. So I want to end the video one. I want to end the blue button. Then you go to the discussion forum or the group discussion. Then I expect you to participate under the discussion. So in the same way in the discussion forum, you can still ask your questions. If in case you have a question, you can still type it on that under the discussion forum. So I want to close this one. Then we go to I create a discussion forum where I expect you to participate. So see you under the discussion forum.